Letter 1, Sophia. Dear Universe, I've never felt so alone. I'm being erased and I don't know where else to turn. My name is Sophia Rafiq. I was born in Montreal to immigrant parents who uprooted us to move back to Damascus, Syria, when I turned 13. I am now 29 and time moves faster every day. When I first arrived, I couldn't speak Arabic. I barely speak it now, avoiding it whenever I can. My first year of school, I failed English. My teacher said she did not believe I ever spoke the language at all. I smuggled in a few books I took from my school library in Montreal before we left. Emily Brontë and Charles Dickens among them. I stopped feeling bad about not returning them years ago. They've been in my lifeline, my only joy or comfort, and sometimes I wish I lived inside of them. The pages have almost worn away from the number of times I've read them. I've never had a friend here. I have a sister I love, and we were inseparable, but she ran away when she was 14. She made it to the United States, and I was so happy for her and a little jealous too. I used to get postcards from her, but none since she got married 3 years ago. She's lived in California, New Mexico, Texas, and Florida, anywhere warm. She always hated the cold. I thought she'd come back, and for years I'd lean my forehead against the window pane and wait. I don't know if she's happy. I hope she is. I don't know if she has children. I hope she does. I don't know where she lives now. Sometimes at night, when I stare out the window at the sky, I wonder if she's alive. And if she is, she thinks of me. When I was 16, my parents informed me that I was engaged to a man I'd never before met or seen. My heart screamed out to run, to find my sister, to get away from this world that I never wanted to be part of, and from the stranger who would soon call me his wife. I was never my sister. I didn't listen to my heart. I married Saheed Khalid when I was 18. He was 25. I met him on the day he returned home from serving in the army. I won't say anything against Saheed. He was very quiet and polite. I don't think he was especially smart, but he was tall and ruggedly attractive, and he always went out of his way to treat me with respect. I think he was in love with a pretty cousin of his. I could see the change in his eyes when he looked at her, even when he'd hear her name. He had lost something too, marrying me, but he never held it against me, and for that, I think I loved him. His parents, with whom I now live, never cared for me. I never bore Saheed a child, something for which his mother still blames me 3 years after my husband's death. Driving home from his job late one night, Saheed's car hit a concrete barrier on a bridge and caromed off the side. It was called an accident, and maybe it was, but I wonder sometimes. He knew how unhappy I was, and it would have been like him to sacrifice himself in order to release me. It didn't work. I wasn't allowed to leave the country without a man, and I didn't want another husband who never could have been so caring as Saheed. My father suffered from dementia and died 2 years ago. Shortly after, my mother moved south to the village where she was born. Here I am, still with Saheed's parents, in the room my husband grew up in. His father became even more distant after the tragedy. Saheed's mother watches my every move with contempt and whispers to her sisters and friends about how I destroyed the life of her only son. Before I left Montreal, a boy I loved gave me his great-grandfather's watch. I was afraid of what my parents would say if they found it, so I hid it away under a loose board in the stairs of our old house. I'm sure it stopped ticking years ago. Still, I feel its silence every day as I press my forehead against the window pane. I have no place to send this letter, so I deposit it here for safekeeping between the pages of A Tale of Two Cities that I've just finished reading for the 100th time. I say a silent prayer that someone, someday, reads this and remembers me. Safia Rafiq, Damascus, Syria, February 3rd, 2026. This is Brontë and Dickens.